Hey guys, Aniso here, and in today's video we will take a look at the mechanics part and also the hotkey setup and how to micro brood. I will also show you how to set up the most important mechanic on brood, which is spreading individual spiders, which is actually game winning. So one of the most important things is a good hotkey setup on brood. So let's actually take a look at my hotkeys. The most important hotkeys that I use is select hero. It is over here, and then select all controlled units. The first one will just select your main hero, select all controlled units, will select all your spiders and your main hero, and if you go under advanced hotkeys, here we can also see select all other units. This will basically just select all the spiders you got. Another important thing is the control groups for brood. First of all, we got the next units right here. For me this is bind on tab. This will basically select all the spiders if you have selected brood, and select brood if you have selected all the spiders and you press tab. But we will change this later to select individual spiders, which will make it possible to spread the spiders individually very easy and basically just gain a lot of vision. So make sure to bind this. I would just recommend binding it on the tab. Tab button is pretty easy to catch. Then also we got the groups over here, like group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. Basically just make sure to bind 2 of them so you can assign them to the individual spiders. There's 2 types of spiders, spider rights and spider links. We will also take a look at how to assign those hotkeys to the spiders in a second. The next thing I would recommend is to use unit specific hotkeys. To enable this, you go into advanced hotkeys and then you press on enable advanced quickcast and autocast hotkeys. This will allow you to select individual heroes over here and then assign hotkeys for the cast, the quick cast and the autocast of each spell individually. So personally, I try to keep every spell that is not AoE onto a quick cast hotkey, which I would also recommend you guys do not only for brood but for most heroes in the game. So for the spells that I got on quick cast here is the Q, the insatiable hunger, the E, the silken bowler, and the ultimate spawn spiderlings on R. This will basically allow you to just click the spell, like to hover over an enemy with the mouse, and then you only need to press E and R to cast both of those spells. You don't need the left clicks anymore. This will make it way faster to cast those spells at the same time. I also assigned this slot over here to my D key on quickcast, which will be the Aghanim's ability. And then for the normal casts, over here, I have assigned the webs, because this way it's just way more easy to plant the webs accordingly and to not overlap them. And then also I have a second hotkey for Silken Bowler, which is the F key, which basically just allows me to see the AoE once I've bought the shard. So without the shard, I usually use the quickcast hotkey, which is E, but once I've bought the shard, I use the F key so I can see the AoE and aim the spell more easy. To assign the control groups over here to the individual types of spiders, you just go into a demo lobby, you click level to max and freeze spells, and you use your nuke onto enemies. Make sure that your spiders are attacking the enemies when you're killing them. This will spawn the second type of spider. Now to actually assign the 2 groups, you just hold control, you click on one spider and it will select all the spiders of this type. Then you hold control again, you press 4, and this will basically assign all the spider links to group 4. Then you do the same here with the spider rights, you hold control, you left click 1, it will select all, you hold control again, and you press the 5 key, or whatever keys you assigned over here onto those groups. Now if I press 4, I have selected all the spider links. If I select 5, I have selected all the spider rights. Now we want to take a look at Brood's spin webs ability. Spin webs will allow you to place a web onto the ground, which will increase your movement speed, will offer additional HP regen, and also allows you to just run over high grounds, over terrain, through trees, whatever. You can basically just pass over anything into the map as long as you're in your webs. Another important thing to know is that there is a max simultaneous webs number that you can have onto the field. So right now, as you can see in the tooltip, it's 12. This is just because I took the level 10 talent for 3 additional spin webs. Usually you can have up to 9 webs at the same time onto the field. Once you spawn the 10th web, the first web that you have created will get destroyed automatically. Then there is also a max number of charges, as you can see here. Those are two individual things, they have nothing to do with each other. The charges are shown over here with this indicator, and this basically just means you can still place up to 10 webs without triggering the cooldown. As you can see on the minimap, I have now placed all the 12 webs in an area. We still have 10 charges. And if I place one web, the first web that we have placed, which will be this one, will get automatically destroyed. So I place a new web, and this one will get destroyed. Also, we will trigger the cooldown of one of the webs. A lot of the time, you will automatically destroy webs that are still in the area that you want to play. So what you can do, you can just select one of the webs that is farthest away from you, you box select it like this, and then you have this destroy spin web ability over here. And if you click this, this will destroy this web manually, and then you can place a new web somewhere else without any web getting destroyed. It is also possible to cast your spin webs global as long as they are close to another web, like this for example. You also want to make sure to not overlap your webs too much. I see a lot of people, they would place the webs like this, which is obviously like you just lose 1/3 of each of the webs for no reason. Better place your webs like this. This will still ensure that you're in the web all the time, but you can cover way more area of the map. The last thing we take a look at is how to spread your spiders individually and select them individually by pressing the tab key. First of all, you open the console. You can select the hotkey for the console over here, advanced hotkeys, and then console. For me, this is numpad 3. And then you open the console. The only thing you need to do is to type in this console command over here, Dota _selection_group space false. This will basically just make sure that you can select individual units with tabs and not groups. I will also keep this in the description down below. Once we've activated this, after we've spawned some spiders, you can now press tab and you will select one spider, and if I press tab again, I will select the next spider, and then tab again, I will select the next spider. So I can basically tab through all my spiders individually. Now after spawning some of the spiders, you can basically just press tab once and then onto the minimap. Pay attention to the minimap down here. You press right click, tab, right click, tab, right click, tab, right click. Just do it this way and do it really fast like this. And this will basically just allow you to spread out all your spiders like this onto the whole map. And you just gain a lot of vision onto the whole enemy jungle. And it is basically very hard to gank you as a brood if you constantly keep the whole map scouted with all the spiders. I do this a lot. I basically do this every game like 10 to 20 times. It is just so helpful. So if you guys are completely new to playing micro heroes, I would advise just take like 10 to 15 minutes to go into a demo lobby and train how to micro. Don't just hop into a game, but take 10 to 15 minutes to actually learn how it feels to play with the hotkey groups. Also, while you're queuing up for a game, you can also go into a demo lobby. It's really quick. It probably takes like 20 seconds to spawn some spiders in the demo lobby, and then just get used to it. Just press the hotkeys a lot and get used to it. After like 20 games, microing brood won't feel hard at all. Like actually, microing brood is pretty easy once you get used to it. So thank you guys for watching, and if you have missed the previous episode, you can click over here, and also if you want to watch the next video, it will also be up here. Have a nice day. See you guys.